Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of DIY sewing project. So in this video tutorial I'll be showing you how to sew a roll-up pouch. So it looks like this. It has Molle panel on the back and some pulse webbing on the front. It has a roll-up system, so you can close it, fold it, unfold it, and it binds to the buckles which are attached to the bottom part of the pouch. It's very cool pouch. You can use it for a first aid or survival or whatever utility you might need it for. It's very cool design. So let's start sewing. Alright, for this pouch we will need 3 items: front and back side and sides. These two are going to be sewn together to make one whole side. So let me give you the measurements. So front and back side are 15 centimeters by 35 centimeters, and the sides are 8 centimeters by 43 centimeters. So first thing we're gonna do is sew these two together. Alright, so since I'm using this glossy canvas, I don't know if you can see, both sides are the same. This is just for practice. Right faces should face each other, and wrong faces should be facing outwards. Okay, so this should be wrong side, or the side that will be inside the bag. Okay, so now you should get something like this. This will serve as our sides of the pouch. So left and right side and bottom side. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so we have our front and back side. But as you can see, I only marked inner side, wrong side of the canvas. What we're gonna do now is mark the right side facing up. In most of these items you're going to be making, you will need both sides to be marked. Later in the video you will see why. Okay, so time to mark these. So I'm using the light because, as you can see, this is kinda, light is shining brightly and I can see, but for some canvases you won't be able to see this, so you'll have to do it by hand again. Okay, so we marked these sides up. We don't want our bag to have straight angles. The way I find around that is by using translucent plastic. You can use anything, paper, card box, some translucent plastic like this or anything similar, which will help you. So this is by your own design. You can make this however you want it. The way you can make it is like this, and you, for example, decide how much of a curvature you want. Place it on the canvas, draw a circle, however small or big you want it to be, depending on what curvature you want. Cut the angle, and you are left with this cool thing. Alright, so let's mark this on the inner side. Alright, let's mark this. I already have a tutorial about this, how to make this thingy, so you can go ahead and check it out. I'll leave the link in the description. Anyway, so we're placing this and drawing along with it. We're marking only the bottom side of the pouch. We're not marking top side, because top side is the opening side. So we are making kind of a bag. Okay. The next one. Now the next thing on the list is finding middle points. So 15 centimeters by 2 divided by 2 is 7.5 centimeters. Now do this for both top and bottom side. On the other. Alright, now that we marked our middle points, the actual size of the bag will be 22 centimeters, and the rest of it is going to be folded and rolled into itself. So we are going to go ahead and mark 22 centimeters on right sides of the canvas, on both front and back side. Okay, now that we marked middle points and we marked the size of the pouch, now it's time to mark where our logo is going to be, our pulse webbing and our Molle panel. So first we're gonna work on our front side. Now let's mark middle point here as well. Since this is our face panel, front panel, we want to use light touch with the pen. If your canvas is bright and you're using this chemical pen, or if you're using, for example, if you're using Cordura or something else, if you're using this wooden pen, then it's alright. But keep in mind that everything you draw here will be visible. So I marked 4 centimeters from the middle point, left and right, 4 centimeters to the left and 4 centimeters to the right. This will be for our pulse webbing. If you're wondering where to place your logo, along with the webbing you're going to use for the false webbing. I'll show you how. So we'll take a measurement, how much we need. I reckon 3 will be enough. Starting from the bottom up, we'll place a smaller part of the webbing, just to know where the next is going to be. And now we have our rough estimate where our logo is going to be. If you don't want to leave the space here, you can lower this as much as you want, but I think I will leave it like so, and my logo will go somewhere here, like so. Okay. Place that under a sewing foot. Alright, now for the webbing. This little part of the webbing helps a lot. Okay, so this is our front face finished. Now I want to do back side. Okay, so we'll use 3 of these. Here, here, and here. Okay, so we'll be using those like this. Okay, so we have 3 of our webbings. We're going to use a Velcro and place it like so as our fourth line. So we need to move these 3 up a bit, like so. Go. And now we need to place something like this. like so. So we are placing it at the 22 centimeter mark on top. We are going to sew a cross shape, box shape on top here to hold it in place, and this is the length we're going for. So, to summarize, to determine the length of this webbing is the 22 centimeter we marked earlier. So we are going to sew it on top, and it will go like this. Like so. If you're wondering the actual length, it is a 30 centimeters for both of these. Now let's start sewing. This is going to be a good determining factor where to start placing the first part of the webbing. By the way, I have a tutorial on pulse webbing and Molle panel. Go ahead and check this out. Okay, now placing our Velcro, like so. So it's 2 centimeters from this point and this point here. Okay, so this is what we got. Next thing we're going to do is mark a 4 centimeter point from left and right of the middle point here. So this is our middle point, left and right 4 centimeters. Before we sew our webbing here, we want to secure them with fire. We want to melt these points on both sides, top and bottom. Before we start sewing, I want to show you how we're gonna sew this. So we are sewing a box shape, cross shape inside, like this. I'll place them in the space between these 2 points. So not the first section, the second section. Like so. And start sewing. Alright, so this is what we have. Now for this part here, as we placed it before, like so. So this part should be like here, and we want to use a male side Velcro, and use your own estimate how much you want of this rougher Velcro. I use it as much to cover both sides, like so, to cover this part. So when you look at the Velcro, maybe double the size, and use it in the middle. Okay, let's adjust the Velcro to the webbing. Okay, so these two. So, the way I determined it is fold this part inside, place the Velcro like so. So when you sew it together and when you press it down, it should be in the middle of this lower side of the Velcro, of this side, like so. We'll do a box shape. Okay, so we have our Molle on the back side, like so. You can see it is in the middle of this side here. Right on. Okay, now that we have our front, back side panel and bottom, left and right side, now it's time to put them together. So let's start with the back side first. Okay, now that we have our back side ready, we're gonna place these parts like so, to get them out of the way. Now, this is the part where you need both markings from right and wrong side. We're gonna use this to give our edges, to make a little bit of curvature, like so. Now we need to sew the middle point here of our webbing. It needs to go all the way from both sides, at least to the half of the pouch. That means this is our bottom part. We need the webbing to go at least to here, so at least some 20 centimeters. Because it's going to be a roll-up pouch and you need to tighten it when you close it. Okay. So we're gonna use our webbing. We want this webbing to go at least some 22 centimeters up, around, and this is our middle point. So we're gonna fold this like so. Cut this off. This side here, let's mark this middle point and draw a square rectangle shape here. This is the place where we're going to sew. Now, the important stuff, we are going to sew this here in the middle, but don't forget to turn your right side up. So, looking at this seam, this is my wrong side, which goes inside the pouch, and this is the outside part. So we are going to place this like so, and give it a stitch. We're gonna need two of these buckles, YKK buckles, plastic ones, 2.5 centimeters, really great, top quality. Now there are two parts, female and male, so we're gonna use male parts, like so. This part here is holding the tension when you pull on the webbing, so you have to go like this. When you pull on the webbing like so, it holds it in place. But to secure it even more, we're gonna fold this on top like so. So when it comes to its end, it grabs onto this and doesn't go out. So we're gonna do this like so. Give it a couple stitching. This for the other side as well, so facing this part like so, webbing goes in, goes on this side, and fold it like so. Okay, now that we have our parts done, now it's time to sew it onto the back side. So we're gonna do this, get this out of the way. So this is our right side. It's going to face this right side. So we're going to align this. So if this stitch here is our middle point. We are going to align it with this backside panel to the back sides and bottom side. So we're gonna align these two facing right sides up. Now it's time to add the front side. Now we are going to align it with a stitch. This one here, like so. Now continuing with our front panel. Okay, so this is what we have. Done this. Now it's time to adjust it, to cut the excess parts. Okay, now it's time to cut to adjust this top side. That should do it. Now it's time to adjust the inner parts. So we're gonna, sides are going to the left and right, and panels are going to be these parts here. It's going to go left onto the panel, front, and this is going to go onto the side. So remember, sides are going onto the panel. Okay, now the next thing is going to be to fold this like so and give it another stitch. Okay, now that we have done that, now it's time to sew the webbing around this. And the way we are going to go about it is like this. So we are going to align these middle points here, like so. We're going to use these awesome clippers, like so, to hold it in place. Okay, now next thing is going to be the important one. So we want to start with the webbing from this point here. Let's catch this like so. Now when you get to this point here, depending on how much you want to add to the female part of the buckle, so it's going to be fit like here. I would say this should be proper size. So to determine the length, you're going to use a 1 centimeter from this point here, something like this, and from the other side as well. And that should give us a 10 centimeters. So we have 10 centimeters from this point here. These will hold everything in place like so. Okay, so 1 centimeter from this edge here. 10 centimeters. Finish, like so, maybe leave a few centimeters, 3-4 centimeters. Got this part off. Now we have our webbing placed. The next thing is going to be this. We're going to take this part that's sticking out, press it, and find the middle point. The other side as well. should give us exact placement of the buckle. Now we're going to take this off. And we are starting from this position here. Give it a few stitches to hold it in place, and always be mindful of the other side so you don't sew it. This happened to me like 1,000 times and it's really a bummer. So with these fingers, so you're controlling the top side with your two fingers, thumb and pointing finger, and the rest of it is controlling the bottom side, so you're pushing it inwards. Okay. Now we're going to align the webbing with this side here, this part here, and while we are doing that, we want to push this out of the way. Okay, so when you get to the point of this line, you're gonna leave 1 centimeter from this line here. Now you're gonna turn pouch. So push the bottom part underneath. So that's 3 stitches, down, up and down. I'm gonna come around, follow this line here. Be mindful of the lower part. Stitch or two. Okay. Now, okay, so this is the part where we need to place our buckle. Remember, this is our point where the buckle should sit, like so. Press this down. Remember, this is our middle point of the side. We want to align those, so maybe a centimeter or 2 to the right is going to be our other placement, like so. So 3 stitches, 1 down, 1 up, and another 1 down. And we are continuing. Now from the bottom side of the webbing. Mark the middle point, so that's here, that's 8 centimeters or 4 centimeters is the middle point. Okay, so leaving 1 or 2 centimeters from this point to the right. Okay, so the next buckle. Okay, so this is our middle point where the buckle should sit. Pinch these two and place this other part from the middle point 2 centimeters to the right. Give it a 3 stitch. Okay. I'm gonna shorten this a bit. Okay. Now we're gonna sew a box shape like this and cross shape in the middle. Okay, now the last thing we need to do, pull this like so and give it a few stitches on this side. Now this is to your preference, you can do it however you... Now this Now as a finishing touch, I want to add a logo on the inside. Okay, so this is the pouch we got. So you can place a first aid kit or anything. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you learned how to make this awesome pouch. It's very cool to have a few of these lying around, and they are very useful. So if you liked what you've seen here, comment below, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and if you like what I'm doing here, you can support me, follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. You can support me on Patreon if you like what I'm doing, so I can keep doing it. And till next tutorial.